Hello students, let us solve some examples based on the topic parallel lines and tests of parallel lines. The first question is, the diagram is given over here. Question is, in the figure, y is equal to 108 degree, x is equal to 71 degree, and we have to answer, are these lines, line M and line N, are parallel? If it is, we have to justify. So there are two lines given, line M and line N, and line L is their transversal. And due to this transversal, there are two angles formed, angle X and angle Y. Measures of X and Y are given to be 71 degree and 108 degree respectively. And from that, we have to decide whether line M and line N are parallel or not. To start with the given, the measure of angle X is given to be 71 degree and measure of angle Y is 108 degree. If we add these two measures, that is X plus Y, we get 71 degree plus 108 degree. So 71 plus 108, we get 179 degree. Now as we observe in the diagram, angle X and angle Y are the interior angles which are on the same side of the transversal. So if these two lines are to be parallel, then these two angles, these two interior angles must be supplementary. Then only by using interior angles test we can conclude that these two lines are parallel. Now as we can see, sum of their measures is not 180 but it is 179 degree. Now if it would be 180 degree, that is x plus y is equal to 180, then in that case line M would be parallel to line N. But for instance, it's not there, x plus y is equal to 179 degree, that's why these two lines are not parallel. But here x plus y is not equal to 180 degree, that's why line M and line N are not parallel. So this is the justification for the answer. Now let us have the next question. Again consider the diagram. In this diagram there are three lines given, line L, line M and line N, and there is one common transversal as line K. Now in this case we have two angles, angle A and angle B, which are given to be congruent. In the same way, angle X and angle Y, these are also congruent. From this we have to prove that line L is parallel to line N. Now we'll start with the given, angle A is given to be congruent with angle B, that's given. So if we consider line L and line M and line K as their transversal, then angle B and angle A are the corresponding angles, and it is given that these two angles are congruent. So by that, by using the corresponding angles test, we can conclude that these two lines, line L and line M, are parallel. So we have here line L is parallel to line M. We'll call this as equation number 1. In the same way, we have to use the second information given to us, that's angle X is given to be congruent to angle Y. So we'll write that angle X is congruent to angle Y, which is given. So this time if we consider line M and line N and this as their transversal, then we have angle X and angle Y as alternate angles, and it is given that these two angles are congruent. If there are two lines given and the alternate angles so formed are congruent, then those two lines must be parallel. So by alternate angles test, line M must be parallel to line N. We'll call this as equation number 2. If we consider equation 1 and 2, in equation 1 we have stated that line L is parallel to line M, and in equation 2 we have line M is parallel to line N. That means line L is parallel to line M and line M is parallel to line N. So line L and line N, both of these two lines are parallel to the same line, that's why line L and line N are also parallel. So from these two we have the result that line L is parallel to line N. We have to. Let us have the next question. The diagram is given in which line L and line M are given and line N is their transversal. So here also two angles are given, angle A and angle B, which are given to be congruent. From this information we have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. Now here we have to take another angle which is vertically opposite angle of angle A. So let us name this angle as angle C. So here angle A and angle C are the vertically opposite angles. So we'll start with the given, angle A is congruent to angle B, which is given, and angle A and angle C, these are the vertically opposite angles, so they must be also congruent. So angle A is congruent to angle C. Now if you consider these two statements, from these two, we have the left hand sides are equal. So the right hand sides must be. The right hand sides are angle B and angle C. That's why angle B is congruent to angle C from these two. Now if you consider in the diagram angle C and angle B, angle C and angle B are the corresponding angles, as line N is the transversal of these two lines, and we have proved that angle B is congruent to angle C. So by corresponding angles test, we can conclude that line L is parallel to line M, because if there are two lines and a transversal given and the corresponding angles so formed are congruent, then those two lines must be parallel by corresponding angles test. So that's why by that we can write line L is parallel to line M, and that is what we have to prove. Next question is, the diagram is given here. Ray AE is parallel to ray BD, that's given. Ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB, that is given. And ray BC is also the bisector of angle ABD. From this information, we have to prove that ray AF is parallel to ray BC. We'll start with the given. In this problem, it is given that ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB. Ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB. That means two smaller angles so formed must be congruent. This angle EAF is congruent to angle FAB. So these are the two angles formed which must be congruent. So let their measures be x. That is angle EAF is equal to angle FAB is equal to x. And if we add these two smaller angles, we get angle EAB. That is angle EAB is equal to x degree plus x degree. That would be, in the same way, there is another ray BC which is the bisector of angle ABD. So here also the angle ABD is divided into two equal angles, that is angle ABC and angle CBD. Let the measure of these two angles be y degree. So angle ABC is equal to angle CBD is equal to y. And now if we add these two smaller angles, we get angle ABD. So the measure of angle ABD must be y plus y, that's 2y. Now it is given that ray AE is parallel to ray BD. If we consider these two lines and AB as their transversal, then there are two angles, angle EAB and angle ABD. So these are the two angles which are alternate angles, and we know that if there are two lines parallel, then the alternate angles so formed are congruent. That's why we have angle EAB is equal to angle ABD, because these are alternate angles. Now we have the measures of these two. Angle EAB is equal to 2x and angle ABD is equal to 2y. We get here 2x is equal to 2y. On both the sides, 2 will get cancelled to have x is equal to y. Now as we can see in the diagram, the measure of angle FAB is x and measure of angle ABC is y. So instead of x, we can write measure of angle FAB, that is angle FAB is equal to, instead of y, we can write angle ABC, because the measure of angle ABC is y. So we get this statement, angle FAB is equal to angle ABC. Watch these two angles. If we consider line AF and line BC and AB as their transversal, then these two angles, angle FAB and angle ABC, these two angles are alternate angles, and we have found that they are equal. So by alternate angles test, we can conclude that these two lines must be parallel, that is line AF is parallel to line BC, because if there are two lines given and the pair of alternate angles congruent, then those two lines must be parallel. So that's why, so line AF is parallel to line BC. That is what we have to prove. Line AF is parallel to line BC. Now let's have the next question. The diagram is given over here. In this diagram, it is given that ray BA is parallel to ray DE. Measure of angle C is 50 degree. Measure of angle D is 100 degree. And from that, we have to find the measure of angle ABC. Now to solve this problem, we have to do one construction. We have to draw one line which passes through point C and which must be parallel to line AB. So let's draw this line. Let us name this as line GF. Here we have done a construction. We have drawn a line GF which is parallel to line AB. Now in given we have ray BA is parallel to ray D, that means line BA is parallel to line D, and we have constructed here line GF is parallel to line BA. That's why line GF must be parallel to the third line, line DE. So line GF is also parallel to line DE. If you consider these two parallel lines, then we have angle EDC and angle DCF. These are the two interior angles which are on the same side of the transversal. That's why they must be supplementary. Means sum of their measures must be 180 degree. We have written here angle EDC plus angle DCF is equal to 180 because these are interior angles. Now out of these two, the measure of angle EDC is given to be 100. So we'll replace here 100 degree plus angle DCF is equal to 180 degree. If you take 100 to the right hand side, it will become minus, that is angle DCF is equal to 180 degree minus 100 degree. So 180 minus 100, that's 80 degree. So this is the measure of angle DCF. Measure of angle DCF is 80 degree. Now we have to find measure of angle BCF. Angle BCF is nothing but sum of two smaller angles, that is angle BCD and angle DCF. So if we add these two angles, we get the measure of angle BCF. This angle BCF is equal to angle BCD plus angle DCF. So the next step will be angle BCF is equal to BCD is 50 degree plus angle DCF is 80 degree. So we have found here angle DCF 80 degree. That's why we have replaced here angle DCF by 80 degree. To add these two, we get angle BCF is equal to 130 degree. Now again consider line GF which is parallel to line BA also. Now this time if we consider BC as the transversal, then we have pair of alternate angles, angle ABC and angle BCF. This is the pair of alternate angles. We know that if two lines are parallel, then alternate angles are congruent. That's why angle ABC is equal to angle BCF, as these are alternate angles, but angle BCF is 130 we have just found. That's why measure of angle ABC is also 100 degree. So that is we wanted to find measure of angle ABC is 100